I'm sorry, Wright, but I'm getting my money's worth.
I'm getting my money's worth? You know what? I'm sick of you winning. This is Bottles.
I'm so petty that I don't want you to win my case. I will be the person you defend and purposefully make you lose.
Got him! I'm sorry, Wright. I've just wasted all of your effort.
I'm sure Gumshoe is also really upset.
Mr. Edgeworth, I just don't believe it, pal.
I can't believe you'd moita someone.
I mean, you? Moita your dad?
I didn't want to believe it myself, Detective. But
my arm hurts.
It's the truth. Every time I think about it, my arm feels an excruciating pain. Some may think of that as a sign of a heart attack, but I decide to ignore it.
I thought it was when it gets numb.
I deserve to be punished. Murder is murder, no matter what the circumstances.
This is crazy! Just crazy!
Nick? What are you doing?
He's just like picking his nose. Oh shit! Wait, what?
Oh, sorry.
Wipes it on my. I was just reading through the court record once more. I'm getting my case ready.
Your case? For what?
Huh? Isn't it obvious? I'm going to prove that Miles Edgeworth is innocent.
What are you talking about, pal? He just admitted to it!
Well, he's wrong.
Huh. Well, here's the thing about that. I don't care.
He confessed that he did it! In court!
I'm sorry, Edgeworth. Well, actually, I'm not. You're wrong. But I don't believe you're a nightmare.
I'm sorry, Edgeworth, but I'm gonna have a perfect record.
Whether you like it or not. It's just a dream. It's not real. The truth is right here in this court record. In any case, tighten your belts. The real fight is just beginning. I want to die. I'll prove you're innocent, trust me.
Stop for a sec. I just realized something. And editor me is going to be really mad.
You didn't put 6. Oh shit.
1 sec. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. We're good. Anyway, back to the episode.
If only we can go back in time and stop us from starting.
Right. December 28th, 2:30 p.m. District Code.
Oh, we just missed
courtroom
Christmas.
Christmas was the day of the crime.
Yeah. Listen, alright? I'm stupid.
Review your evidence!
Then, I would like to resume our trial. Judge, Miles Edgeworth has admitted his own guilt. He has confessed his crime.
You know, part of me feels a little bit bad for Karma, because, like, he tried it so hard. He tried more effort than usual to get his verdict.
Yeah, and we just fucking dunked him.
We just dunked him.
And
now he's not, this isn't, he didn't earn this.
Let us begin by hearing his testimony. Then, though pointless, let the defense do their cross-examining.
I really wish we would have just done this from the start.
The statute of limitations of the DL6 incident runs out today. Though it's unconventional for me, I'd like to run this one by the book. I see. Does the defense have any objections?
No, Your Honor. Come on, Karma. You knew this was going to happen from this. I wouldn't give him too much credit.
Very well. Will Miles Edgeworth take the stand? Will the witness state his name and profession?
Miles Edgeworth. I am a prosecuting attorney.
Mr. Edgeworth, 15 years ago, you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct?
It is correct.
Then testify about this matter to the court.
Doubt. When Edgeworth was telling me about his dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. That will be the key, but only if I can get it to work. Yeah, there's two. There was 2 shots made.
Please. Please.
Oh, he's trying to get Mia, or maybe the dad.
Yeah, right. That day, I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, and then a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. That's all.
Might I remind you, this is all very stupid.
Yes.
And until now, you thought this memory was a dream.
We were stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out and I lost my memory of the events.
Bah! The same claim Mr. Yogi has made. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
Yes, Your Honor. I presume the key to this will be...
The fact that it was shot twice.
Yeah, the fact that it was shot twice.
I think it was in the DL6 case file, is where that said.
We have this. That day I got to go...
As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. No, that's
not
the
it. That's
autopsy
not it.
report. Elevator district court, air and elevator as oxygen targets, and no police found at the scene. Greater age with defense attorney.
It was fired twice.
Whew. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot,
Aha.
and then a scream.
I don't even need to press about that. I probably should.
But I won't.
But I won't.
Objection, bitch. Hell yeah.
Are you sure you only heard one gunshot?
Just like in this case. Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the shot and the scream. Then everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came.
Watch, he's gonna do like, oh, actually, there's an updated report. That says there was actually only one shot.
Here you go.
He's gonna pull some stupid bullshit.
I see.
Fraud. But that doesn't make sense. Look at this file one more time. This plainly contradicts the witness's testimony.
You do enjoy dragging out that file, don't you?
As any
It just
attorney
answers.
would.
It just answers so many questions.
I don't accept this evidence unless you can tell us what page it's on.
The victim.
Which page contradicts Miles Edgeworth's testimony?
Look at the victim data in this file. Just read.
It's only 3 pages.
Read, Von Karma, read! It says quite plainly, the murder weapon was fired twice. It was fired twice. Shit. Miles Edgeworth only heard one gunshot. Bah! Yet the murder weapon was fired twice. The first shot was the accidental firing when the pistol was thrown. So who fired the remaining shot?
Was there perhaps another shooter who fired that second shot? Your Honor, as I'm sure you're aware, this incident occurred 15 years ago. The evidence is dated. The pistol did fire twice. However, we do not know when that second shot was fired. It might have been fired the day before the incident. There is no proof that the second shot had anything to do with this incident.
It was in the record. What?
Well, just because it said it was fired twice didn't mean it was fired twice there.
I see. You do have a point, Mr. Wright. The murder weapon was fired twice, as we have heard. One of those shots was fired by the defendant, a boy at the time. Do you have any proof that the other shot fired has something to do with the case?
Yes?
Nah.
It's the bullet that I have. Your Honor, I think I will be able to show you proof.
What? Impossible. Now, Mr. Von Karma, save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence.
You'll have your turn at the end of class.
Very well, Mr. Wright, show us your proof. Do you have any evidence that the second firing of the pistol is related to the incident?
There wasn't another one.
Are you sure?
I only see one here. Oh, hey, wait a minute. Wait,
Oh, hey, wait a minute.
look at this photograph.
Every time it makes me laugh.
God damn it. I like want to like say it while I'm fuck.
This is a photograph of the scene of the crime 15 years ago.
It does make me laugh actually.
As you can see, the victim lying there is Gregory Edgeworth.
This proves the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. It works for a while and then it doesn't want to work anymore. This photo proves it.
So let me get this straight. This photo proves 2 shots were fired. Where?
Your Honor, please get a clue.
Look at the fucking picture.
Right here!
Stupid!
As it should be obvious, the contradiction is here.
I see. A bullet hole in the door.
Window. Your Honor, Gregory Edgeworth was killed by a shot from the pistol. Yet there is a bullet hole in the elevator door. We also know that the murder weapon was fired twice. Thus, someone other than Edgeworth fired that second shot. Let me guess, we also have to prove...
Order! Order!
Let me guess, we also have to prove that it was Edgeworth that accidentally discharged that shot and not the one that, you know, like, who took those specific shots.
Mr. Wright, what are you driving at?
Exactly what do I have to spell it out for you, Your Honor? It's simple. At the time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. One went into Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other hit the elevator door. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot he fired rang out. In conclusion, we must agree that the second shot was fired by someone else.
Mr. Wright!
Stop yelling at me.
But who? Stop! You're hurting my ears. But who could that someone else be?
The murderer, of course.
I knew I should have stepped in before your wild fantasies got out of hand.
My fantasies have been wild thus far.
Mr. Wright, look once more at the DL6 incident case file. Look closely. Try the case summary page.
The case summary? That's on page 1.
Look what is written there. Not a single clue was found on the scene.
Even though we see 2 clues in the photo.
If the pistol had indeed been fired 2 times, then the other bullet would have been discovered on the scene. He does have a point. That second bullet has never been found. Why? Because the second bullet does not exist. The bullet that claimed Gregory Edgeworth's life was the one fired by his own son. That is the truth of this matter.
You literally just learned about this.
The whole truth.
And nothing but the truth.
It was undoubtedly something else that made that bullet hole in the door.
I don't know how to prove that. Or prove otherwise.
Shit.
Order! I will have order! Mr. Wright has proven one thing to us quite clearly. That the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. However, as Mr. Von Karma says, the second bullet fired was not found. It is highly unlikely the police merely overlooked this second bullet. So all we have is the single bullet fired. I'm afraid I have to discount the defense's claim.
What?
I praise the judge for his wisdom in the matter.
I think that's stupid.
Yeah.
Damage is clearly done. Ah, how did this happen? I don't believe that the second bullet doesn't even exist. Was I wrong? Have I been wrong about this whole incident? Should I give up? I'm a failure. I should kill myself.
Shit! What are you doing, Nick?
Huh?
Why aren't you raising an objection?
I'm sorry, Maya.
What?
It looks like I was wrong.
Nick?
If the second bullet wasn't there, then all my conjectures are nothing.
No. But you said you'd do it, Nick! You said you'd get Edgeworth declared innocent!
You said! I'm sorry. It's just when I saw the photograph, I
It
really
made me
thought
laugh.
God damn it! I was ready. I was ready to do it, and you fucked it up. You fucked it up. God damn it! God fucking damn it! I was ready for it. I thought that dude was great bit too.
You ruined all my bits!
No, the first ones I fucked up myself. I admit that. All right, I admit it. I'm guilty. I thought that 2 shots had been fired. I was so certain of it. I thought I'd won. I thought there was another person, someone else who could have fired the killing shot. But now, I was wrong to think it could even be that simple. This case was stood unsolved for 15 years.
Nick.
Well, it seems that we have finally cleared up this incident. Only one bullet was found at the scene of the crime. That shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth. Precisely. I would like to ask one thing of Miles Edgeworth before passing my verdict. Have you been paying attention to the trial so far?
Are you sorry?
Yes, Your Honor. I am sorry.
You have any objections?
No. No, I do not.
Please fucking kill me.
So you killed your father, though that was not your intention.
Yes, I did.
If I said that I wanted to kill my father, would that make me guilty?
Oh no. He's confessing.
Very well. The statute of limitations on the murder of Gregory Edgeworth runs out today.
And I don't feel like passing this verdict. I'm very hungry.
I had a date tonight. I was going to have Chinese. That's fucked up. Therefore, I must pronounce a verdict on the defendant today. Right here. Right now!
Oh, now you're getting all wound up.
Does anyone have any objections?
I've been here before. It's just like my first day in court. Wait, no, Mia was with me. Shit! There's so many things I know that I should be doing, or saying, but my mind's going blank. I can't find the words.
Mr. Wright?
I mean, I'm obviously gonna... Player choice.
Choice.
Your Honor, I object!
I tried to think of an objection and I didn't.
Mr. Wright, on what grounds do you object?
Grounds. Yiff.
Big oof. Nick!
I don't know. His case is perfect.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh yeah! Gah! It must exist!
It must exist.
The second
The
bullet.
second bullet.
Wait, how did she die?
What? Oh, who, Mia?
Mia's mom.
Mia's mom didn't die.
Didn't she die? Didn't she get murdered?
No,
Oh.
she went missing.
Oh. What? What did you just say?
Nothing.
I didn't even see who she... Besides the mom, I saw the mom. Was that the mom?
No, that was Mia.
That was Mia?
Yeah, that was Mia.
The second bullet must exist. But where?
Someone took it.
Who would have taken it?
It seems waiting is not going to produce us any answers from Mr. Wright.
Wait, Your Honor. How much longer?
How am
The second
I left
bullet.
the stove on at home. I might not have a house by the time this is done. Can we be done?
My wife has already called the cops to send out a search. I've been gone for way too long.
I don't even remember where I live anymore!
What?
But we've just heard proof that it did not exist.
I realize that, Your Honor. I'm really grasping here. It's just someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened.
But who?
Foundation. The murderer.
The murderer? Then tell us, just who is this murderer?
Didn't we figure it out that it was... Oh, okay, they didn't say it was Yanni Yogi.
Yanni Yogi was the murderer of Robert Hammond. We don't know about Gregory Edgeworth.
He was the only other person in that elevator.
Yeah, but he was proven innocent, and he said he was innocent.
Just now he said he was innocent?
Yeah, he said, I killed Robert Hammond. I was innocent of DL6.
Oh, okay. I'm still thinking about that one.
So the criminal took the second bullet. Why would he?
Huh?
First of all, how would he have found it? It's not easy to find a stray bullet, Mr. Wright. Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for that bullet?
The murderer had to find it. Of course, there was a need. That's why he took it.
Bah! What possible reason could he have had?
Well, the reason the murderer took the bullet away from the scene with him is... the bullet would be proof. Maybe he thought the bullet would be used as proof.
Proof?
It was a special bullet, so he took it with him.
If that was the case, then he would have taken the bullet from inside Gregory as well.
Huh?
Why would he only take one of the two shots fired?
Oh, right. Wait, what?
Mr. Wright, have you really thought this through? I'm gonna have to penalize you.
Okay, this isn't going so well.
Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for that bullet?
Well, I guess in that case, the murderer didn't need it. Why would the murderer have spent the time to look for the stray bullet? I haven't got a clue.
What's wrong, Mr. Wright? Bah! The murderer had no reason to take that bullet. You don't want to admit it, but it's true.
Had to take it.
Isn't that what I just said? Or not, I guess... the murderer, what does that mean?
You're thinking too normal. Think crazy. Don't think why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullet had to be taken.
I'm thinking...
Mr. Wright?
I'm thinking Gregory Edgeworth killed himself.
No, they said that the way that the shot was, that it was not suicide.
But what I'm wondering is, his spirit said that
Yanni
Edgeworth
Yogi.
wasn't one.
Gregory Edgeworth said that Yanni Yogi was the person who killed him, but he wasn't.
I don't know about that. I mean...
Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor. I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, the murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene. But, the murderer had to take that bullet.
Had to, Mr. Wright. What do you mean?
Well, for instance... Instance what? Maybe the bullet, hit the murderer.
The bullet hit the murderer.
Just saying, for instance. I mean, if it hit you, you would have to take it with you, wouldn't you? It's not like you could perform surgery right there. You know? Wait a second. I was just talking off the top of my head, but what if that's what really happened?
Let me get this straight. So at the time of the murderer himself was shot. And he left with the second bullet still inside?
Why was the door damaged then if he got... No...
Thus leaving only one bullet at the scene of the crime.
Yes. I guess that's how it would work, yes.
But there's a problem with that. The other two people rescued from that elevator. Miles Edgeworth and Yana Yogi were both unharmed. So that would mean...
The murderer came from outside, yes. This isn't my job, this is the investigator's job.
But hey, we're doing it anyway. I think
Two
that's you,
men
even though
fight
it's
inside
not.
the elevator.
That's you, even though it's not labeled.
Trying to stop them, the boy picks up the pistol at his feet and throws it. The pistol discharges, and the bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. The boy loses consciousness. Then the murderer opens the elevator door and sees the men inside.
Mr. Wright, you are truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever known. I can tell you're grasping, yet I cannot deny the possibility of what you say. What are you saying? Deny it! Deny it! No one involved with the incident was wounded! There was no murderer!
But there was a victim. No one was wounded at the time of the incident. He's right, I can't think of anyone.
Hey, Nick.
Huh?
I just thought of something really crazy.
Crazy.
Remember what Mr. Grossberg said yesterday?
Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record.
Wow.
Oh!
It must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see. Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in many years of prosecuting.
What if Von Karma didn't take that vacation because of shock?
But he took it because he was injured.
Which would mean
It could only mean one thing.
he was the murderer in the DL6 incident!
He was the man who shot Gregory Edgeworth.
It was Von Karma!
Man.
Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You seem dazed.
No, Your Honor.
Well, you have indicated the possibility that the murderer came from outside. Can you give us the name of your suspect?
Should I come out and say it now? Save it for a better time. Yes, say it now. Your Honor. There is a suspect. One lone suspect.
Well, this is certainly interesting news. Very well, Mr. Wright. Who is your suspect?
Catch us next time on Ace Attorney. My hands are shaking.
What?
Von Karma.
Von Karma!
Pursuit mode. Are? Nani?
You mean the Von Karma? The prosecutor? Sitting right there? Bah. You don't object? I see no need. Why honor this ridiculous outburst with my objection?
Because you took a vacation for several months, starting the day after the incident. Yet you pride yourself on a perfect record. Why would you take such a long vacation without any reason?
So you're claiming that I took a vacation to heal my injury from the incident? Fascinating. Prove it! I would have needed surgery, no? Where did I go under the knife at, Mr. Wright? Bring the doctor that operated on me. Have him testify!
Nick! Let's find out who his doctor is!
It's no use.
Edgeworth, can you forge some evidence for me?
No.
And obviously not in front of everybody here.
I wrote this doctor's note.
he totally did it.
I know Von Karma perhaps too well. He's perfect. He wouldn't leave clues. He probably didn't undergo surgery. I would leave a doctor as a witness.
You know, this wouldn't have happened if you just shut your fucking mouth.
You could've just waited.
Nobody's that perfect.
So what, Nick? Did Von Karma pull the bullet out by himself? That's insane!
No, he wouldn't have, or he couldn't have. You can't just pull bullets out by yourself. I know a few Far Cry characters that would disagree with you. Wait. What does that mean? That bullet has to be somewhere. But where? Oh, he's kept it in there?
Well, Mr. Wright, can you produce evidence to prove that I was shot?
That's impossible to prove.
Yeah.
It's impossible to prove. I can't... It would be impossible to find the doctor who operated on Von Karma now, even if Von Karma did undergo surgery.
Seems like you have finally come to your senses.
Oh, is this just an immediate loss?
You've realized the truth. You can't prove something that didn't happen.
Nick! The court record. There must be something.
Court record could be in there. God, there's no time. I better think on it as I go. Alright, Von Karma. I'll prove it. I'll even use evidence. I'll even use evidence. I know you like it so much. I know how you like it so much. The evidence that proves Von Karma was shot is... metal detector.
The metal detector! That's why we still have it!
Von Karma is perfect. He wouldn't risk surgery, leaving an evidence trail. So then, I ask, where is that bullet now? I think it unlikely that Von Karma performed surgery on himself.
Huh? You don't mean...
I do. There is the possibility that that bullet is still inside Von Karma.
For 15 years.
Is that even possible? For all these years?
Well, there's only one way to find out. I could use this metal detector that I pulled out of my ass. Well, Von Karma, I'm going to run this over. I'm going to run this over you and see what we find.
I'm gonna run you over.
You're going to activate.
I refuse! You refuse? But refusing this means... You acknowledge that the bullet is still inside you. Order! Order! Order!
Your Honor, the defense requests that we be allowed to use the metal detector.
Judge, I call for a suspension of this trial. This is an invasion of privacy.
The statute of limitations runs out on this case today. It was you who said that we had to end it right here, right now. Watch it, this was Edgeworth's plan all along. He knew that he would figure...
Enough! I permit the use of the metal detector. Mr. Von Karma, you will submit yourself to testing.
Nick, what does this mean?
I don't know. But we have to give it a shot.
That's fair.
Do we have to aim it? It
Cut.
reacted. Something's right inside his right shoulder.
Confirm.
Something's inside his... I can't talk today. The bullet! Mr. Von Karma.
You. It was you.
I was afraid this would happen. And so, I remained silent. Indeed, there is a bullet in my shoulder. However, it has nothing to do with the incident.
What?
I was shot in the shoulder long before the DL6 incident. I claim that the bullet in my shoulder has no relation to DL6. But, Mr. Von Karma, can you prove that? Prove?
I don't need proof.
I'm the prosecutor. I have no obligation to prove anything. It is you who must prove something here, Mr. Wright. Not I. Mr. Wright, well, can you prove it? Can you prove that the bullet in Von Karma's shoulder was from DL6? Of course he can't. You don't have any of the DL6 evidence.
That's because you took it out of the records room yesterday.
Well, we do have one.
Yes, you did drop that, which I was going to say, and thank you for spoiling it for the...
With no proof, you cannot convict me of any crime. So sorry, Mr. Wright. What? Why did you just do that? That was disgusting.
Oh my god, is that what I sound like?
Is that what I sound like? I gotta stop doing that.
I'm the one who's sorry, Mr. Von Karma.
What?
Uno reverse card.
What?
You were close. 1 day away from freedom. You see, I have proof.
What?
That you so generously gave me after you shocked me and my...
Cohort.
Yeah, cohort. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Girlfriend. Girl who's a friend, not... She's underage.
And then she's just like, wait, what?
What?
Who would have thought you would have dug your own grave trying to convict Edgeworth? I can link that bullet in your shoulder to the DLC incident.
DLC?
DL6 shit. Here's my final proof. Exodia, attack!
Exodia!
Obliterate!
That's... a bullet? Where did you get that?
I just pickpocketed it from you!
I've been pickpocketed!
This is the bullet used in the DL6 incident. This was taken from the heart of the victim, Mr. Gregory Edgeworth. The bullet is preserved quite nicely with all the ballistic markings intact.
Ballistic markings.
You may recall the term. It came up in the first trial 2 days ago.
Ballistic markings are the fingerprints of a weapon. All bullets fired from a gun are marked with that weapon's unique pattern. By examining the markings, you can tell which weapon fired the bullet. It's quite accurate.
I want to believe that Mia didn't even fucking know.
Oh, yeah.
She was just talking out of her ghost ass.
I don't even think... This is my prediction, because, like, that would imply that Phoenix can talk to ghosts, which is not true. What I think that is that Phoenix was remembering how Mia thinks, and was honing in on what he's learned.
Yeah. We have 2 bullets in our possession. One, the bullet removed from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other, Mr. Von Karma, is the bullet buried in your shoulder. We could analyze both bullets. Then, if the markings matched, we would know that the bullets had been fired from the same gun.
Yeah. Ballistic markings are specific to the gun.
No, but he's saying that both bullets
Had been fired from the same gun. One into his shoulder, and one into Gregory Edgeworth.
that gun that was thrown by Miles belongs to the bailiff.
Yeah, maybe. That was unclear. It was either it belonged to the bailiff or it was evidence.
Well, no, he said he dropped the gun, right?
Well, yeah. Well, even Edgeworth was like, I don't know if it was with the bailiff's gun or if it was the gun used for evidence. But either way, there was a gun.
Wasn't it said that he was the one that was saying that he was running out of air and shit?
Yeah.
And a bailiff usually has a gun on him, I think, right?
I don't know. Maybe.
It should have been his. That wouldn't mean. I don't know.
Why wouldn't that mean that though?
That would imply that the gun somehow fell out of the elevator into Von Karma's hands, and then he shot back at them.
Or that Edgeworth threw the gun, it shot Von Karma in the shoulder through the window, the elevator door opened, he found 3 passed out people, picked up the gun.
No, it was still stuck.
No.
Didn't he?
Well, this is the possibility that I am presenting, is that the elevator door opened at that point, like they got them, it became unstuck. Von Karma was standing there because he just got shot, picked up the gun, shot Gregory.
Fingerprints would have been found on the gun at that point then.
He's perfect. He wears gloves too.
I don't know. I don't think that doesn't make sense to me.
Well, I'm sure Von Karma will dispute it.
I think that's a Mr. Von Karma, you will let us remove that bullet from your shoulder, and you will prove to us that you're the murderer. Then we'll compare the ballistic markings on those bullets. I don't know why I'm changing my voice all of a sudden. And solve this case once and for all. Well, Mr. Von Karma, What say you? I think he just had a heart attack. He's just like, oh my god, he's doing it again.
That scream. I've heard that scream before. Wait. I know.
Yeah, where they were all stuck in the elevator.
Help! I can't breathe!
Quiet! I said quiet! You're not making this any easier! Stop breathing my air!
I'll stop you!
Stop breathing my air!
Get away! Get away from my father!
Bang. It's that scream I heard in the elevator. 15 years ago. Von Karma! It was you who screamed! Mr. Von Karma.
Edgeworth! Edgeworth! Only you would dare defy me!
So, it was you.
You and your father are my curse! Your father shamed me the penalty on my record! And you left a scar on my shoulder that would never fade! I'll bury you! I'll bury you with my bare hands! Death! Death!
15 years earlier.
Mr. Chief Prosecutor, I am sorry.
For my outburst.
You could be chief prosecutor.
Oh, Chief Prosecutor?
Yeah.
Von Karma, it's not like you to make this kind of error. No, that doesn't work. Von Karma, it's not like you to make this kind of error. I would have never thought that Edgeworth would be the one to catch you.
I was careless.
I'm sorry, but you'll have to be penalized. I've covered for you in the past, but not this time.
Edgeworth. It was a shock like none I'd ever known. Me, penalized. It took hours for me to regain my composure. Suddenly, I found myself in this darkness. I was in the court records room. I must have wandered in there without thinking where I was going. The room was pitch black. The lights must have gone out. I went out in the hall and felt my way to the elevator. I pressed the button and nothing happened. Then, there was a noise. I was in pain. A horrible, burning pain in my shoulder. Just then, the lights came back on. The elevator door opened before my eyes.
So you accidentally threw it at...
I saw 3 people inside, all unconscious from oxygen deprivation. Much to my surprise, a pistol lay at my feet. I knew then it was destiny. In his last moments, Gregory Edgeworth was still unconscious. He died, never knowing who had shot him. Later, he spoke through a medium blaming Mr. Yogi. He was fooled. It was the perfect crime! Who would have thought another man would have come to open that elevator door? Judge! What? What are you doing?
You have no power anymore.
Do your job. Bring an end to this miserable charade.
And verdict me innocent.
Please. Now, end it!
I'll give you chicken nuggies.
You want some chicken nuggies?
Very well. I would like some chicken nuggets since I missed my Chinese food date. It appears that we have come a very long way to the end of this maze. 15 years later,
Mr. Miles Edgeworth,
Yes, Your Honor.
you were innocent. You are innocent.
You still are innocent. You
You
will
will always be innocent.
You could never do any.
As you said, it was all a nightmare.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm sorry for causing this whole thing.
This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, once fucking again, not guilty.
Wait!
Now!
Now fucking what?
No! Bring in the dancing lobsters! That is all. The court is adjourned. Let's get out of here before something else happens.
Nick, we did it! Did you see his face? Von Karma looked even paler than usual. He's pretending to be all cool, but inside you crushed him, Nick. Crushed! Gotta say, I'm impressed.
He was pretty close though. I was sure we'd had it.
I know. I was on the verge of tears the whole time myself. But now it's all just a good memory.
So, it's finally over, Edgeworth. Now you're back to being the main villain.
Right.
Yeah?
I'm not sure how to say this.
Thank you!
I know. Try.
Thank you!
I see.
I'll try that next time.
Thank you.
Right.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I think you could have done better than that.
Oof.
Yeah.
Big oof. Sorry, I'm not good at this sort of thing.
You got a lot to learn, Edgeworth.
Dear.
Woo! Amazing, pal! You pulled through just like I thought you would. I'll never forget this. I owe you one, pal. If you get accused of murder one more time, I'll ignore it.
I'll lose a piece of evidence for you.
And tonight, let's party. Dinner's on me. Yeah, my salary went down a bit this month. But who cares?
See, Mr. Edgeworth? You should take a lesson from Detective Gumshoe. That's how you say thank you.
I see.
Pizza party for every.
Woo!
That's cute.
I feel foolish.
You are foolish. You were just about to get yourself killed there.
Don't worry, take it a little at a time. You'll get used to it.
It's been 15 years since I've seen Edgeworth unguarded. Alright, y'all.
What the fuck? Lada!
Y'all were great in there, and I heard that you guys were having dinner that was all on Gumshoe. I want to be part of it.
I want a piece of that pie.
Y'all were great in there. Thank you. Yo. Bah, congrats.
Thank y'all very much.
I knew you were innocent from the very start, of course. Just look at you. You wouldn't stick your hand in a cookie jar even if no one was there.
You were the witness on the first day of the trial, weren't you?
Yeah, well, let bygones be bygones, eh? Speaking of which, what are you going to do now, Lotta? Oh, me? I went back to college. I gave up trying to be an investigative photographer pretty quick. Really? That's too bad. Huh? Isn't that the hot dog guy from the park? Huh?
It's over, Nick! My life is over!
Why the sad face, Larry? What happened now?
Oh, Nick, I'm not long for this world!
Why are you giving me a thumbs up? You don't look sick.
It's Keonce! She's going to live in Paris! Paris, Nick! She's leaving me behind!
Larry.
Yo, Edgy, there you are!
Yes, here I am.
Rock you like a hurricane.
Congrats, Edgy! Here, a little gift from me in celebration.
Celebration? That's unusual
Is
for
that
you.
your paycheck?
Harry Butts, you come along tonight too. My treat, pal.
Huh? Thanks!
Yes, you were
Looking forward
kind of
to it.
vital.
Yeah.
Yo, Nick! That's the suit that questioned me. When he says treat, that's not police talk for prison food, right? Right?
I think you'll be fine, Larry.
Right.
Yeah, what's up?
That envelope that Larry gave me, it's got money in it.
Well, yeah, it's not that strange. People give money away to celebrate sometimes.
It's $38.
What a weird amount. I mean, it's not a little, but it's not a lot either. Wait, $38? Oh. $38 exactly.
Nick!
Wait. Larry took it? What a fucking dick.
Nick! Wasn't that exactly the amount of lunch money that was stolen from Mr. Edgeworth in school?
Larry's just like, ah, shit. Fuck shit.
I'm out of here.
My life is over!
Hey, Judge, we got another trial. $36. No. No, Larry, it was you?
Well, when something smells.
What are you so surprised about, right?
Huh?
Larry was absent that day from school, right? But that doesn't automatically rule him out as a suspect.
What?
Think back to that day, 15 years ago. Larry took the day off, but he was bored. He came into school anyway. Then he saw the money lying there, and the rest is history.
I never was good at history.
Edgeworth, you didn't know, did you?
I suspected. I just couldn't picture Larry protecting you like he did that day.
I suspected, but I wasn't friends with Gumshoe yet. So I couldn't forge any evidence.
Everyone else was saying you did it. The whole class was against you, remember?
Yeah, too well.
Right. You may not know this, but we used to have a saying back in school. When something smells, it's usually the butts.
That's something we all say still now.
Yeah.
I know.
Really, right. I'm surprised you didn't figure it out.
Well, this is sure an unexpected turn of events, eh?
Well, now we have to go back in there. The statute of limitations may have helped with this case, but it's still... Was that within the same...
Year, yes.
Okay.
The statute of limitations on that case is over.
Yeah. You should have told me.
Now, Nick, it was 15 years ago. Don't you think the statute of limitations has run out, Mr. Edgeworth?
I keep getting...
I'd say so, yes.
There you have it!
Motherfucker. Where does that leave me? I became a defense attorney because of what you two did?
Well, I'd call you a goody two-shoes to the extreme.
Yeah, and you get worked up too easily, too.
Death! The death sentence is for both of you! Man, if I had only known, I'd just become a prosecutor!
The same goes for me, only the other way around.
Is that the meme where it's like, if our fates were switched, what would it have been like?
Yeah.
For the longest time, I thought that I might have killed my own father. I thought I might be a criminal. I became a prosecutor in part to punish myself. If I had known the truth, I might have become a defense attorney after all.
Edgeworth.
Want to switch, right?
Hey, y'all! Line up and take a photo!
Hey, photo time! Let's go!
And after that, dinner on me!
He's still tired from chasing that gold guy around.
It was all day.
Detective Gumshoe took us out on the town last night. We celebrated Edgeworth's newfound freedom, although Edgeworth was still in detention.
December 29th, 5:02 a.m., Wright & Co. Law Offices.
Whoa, I went a little overboard today. My head hurts. Huh. It's still only 5 o'clock. Maybe I should go back to sleep. What's this? A letter? Oh no.
Good morning, Nick.
No. No, don't leave.
You were really impressive yesterday. Seeing you, it made me think about what I'm doing here. I'm a spirit medium, in training, of course. I wanted to help Mr. Edgeworth too. I wanted to help you, but I couldn't. I was useless.
No, not at all.
So, I've decided to go back to my training. I'll become a full-fledged spirit medium for starters.
Alright.
I couldn't say it to your face, so I left this letter.
More of a note, but
Goodbye, Nick.
you see, you didn't even say it was you at the end. It's a note. Goodbye. What time is it? Ah, the first trains for the mountains have already left. To the station. I guess that was to the station.
Yeah. To the station! Away!
I guess I'm too late.
Hey! Nick?
Maya! So, you're leaving.
Yeah. It's hard being a spirit medium who can't talk to spirits. And I think you'll do fine without me, Nick. Be good, okay?
Wait!
What?
You're a terrible spirit medium.
Yeah. But you're a really good friend.
I could have never saved Edgeworth without your help.
Huh?
On the last day of the trial, I heard her. I heard Mia's voice.
You heard my sister?
Yes, only her voice, but still. It was at the very end when I thought we'd lost everything.
Well, that's my sister for you. Detective Gumshoe helped, and Mr. Grossberg, and even Larry. I'm the only one who couldn't help. I was useless, Nick.
But you were the one who stopped Von Karma, Maya.
Huh? I didn't do anything! All I did was wander around in a daze.
Sorry, but I have evidence that you helped.
Evidence?
Oh shit, I have to fucking show it.
Do you not know which one it is?
It would have to be her mom.
No.
No, it wouldn't be her mom. Of course not.
How did we get the bullet?
Got the bullet from her.
Yeah. A bullet? You still have it?
Yeah, I've been carrying it around in my pocket the entire night. We were I don't know why.
I also have these two guns. And this metal detector.
The safety is like off. I also have these two guns.
Oh my god, I could have died!
Von Karma is just like being taken from like the other side of the train, and he just shoots his other shoulder.
Ah! Come on!
Damn you, Phoenix Wright! Von Karma was convinced he had taken all of the evidence pertaining to DL6, but you were the one who rescued the last piece of evidence we needed. This was the last bullet. This was the bullet that put an end to Von Karma, and you were the one who gave it to me.
Nick.
Thanks, Maya. I couldn't have done it without you.
I'll be back soon.
Huh?
I'm going to complete my training and come back.
Okay, I'll be waiting.
Of course you will. You can't run that office by yourself. You're hopeless.
Huh, I don't know about that.
So, bye.
Okay, bye. Bye.
Thanks, Nick.
Will she go on to become a spirit detective?
Whoa. Is that what the 6th game is called?
Spirit detective?
No. It's Spirit of Justice.
Oh. And so my... That's yours, I think.
No, that's you.
Oh, and so my story ends. Time to turn a new page. Say goodbye to the novice defense attorney that I once was. Now, a new story begins. With the same old crazy cast of characters.
Now we get to see...
Ha! Don't think you've graduated yet, amateur.
Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to rethink that claim.
Yes, Your Honor. Oh, I've got a bad feeling about this. Is that teasing the next case?
And that's the main game of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney.
I still want to see the next one.
We will do it.
Hey, pal, Miss Edgeworth came down to the precinct to wish me a Happy New Year. Talk about a pleasant surprise.
Woo! Detective Gumshoe!
Then he hung his head low and went right back outside.
kind of like he was embarrassed or something. Strange, huh?
Well, I kind of want to add thoughts to this, but I want to finish the next case.
Yeah. Huh? Nick? Who, me? I've been working at a cheese shop. That Missy's a nice lady, but she's not exactly what you'd call a cheap date. Huh? Oh, she's in Hawaii right now. Yeah.
Cheating on you?
Probably. Man, I feel
Do they all leave to go to some popular place?
Seems like that's the trend.
She wants to go move to the Great Wall.
Who? Wright? Yeah, I remember him. I hear he's been busy lately. You know, not to ring my own bell, but I sort of taught him everything he knows. I'm sure he's grateful.
Yeah, if it wasn't for me beating you very easily.
Yeah. If you weren't such a shit prosecutor. Phoenix Wright. Ah, the defense attorney for whom I wrote that affidavit for, yes. Oh, you should know I've taken over the management of the Gatewater Hotel recently. Should you be in the area, please stop by. We just see everyone that we put in jail.
They're dead.
They're all dead.
You told us, you told me that they all get the death penalty.
Ahem! Oh, it's you. Phoenix Wright. Ah, yes, Mia's understudy, was he not? I wonder how he's doing. Haven't seen him of late. Ah, the
Who the hell's
days
asking
of my
about me?
youth. Like the scent of fresh lemon, you see.
Who's asking about me?
I don't know. Maybe we'll find out.
In the next case, in the next game.
Oh, God.
Phoenix Wright? He's an actor? He an actor? Well, I'm not buying it. You can be a star with a name like Phoenix. Did you know they probably put on DVD and one of them thingies? Now that I know what a DVD is, or what are they? They're everything they want. How it's supposed.
That's sushi. Mori.
Oh, that's
Ooh.
you. It's you when you eat sushi.
I'm pleased to announce the Pink Princess is a hit. I sure owe that Mr. Wright a great deal. Oh, and I'm keeping my face out of the public eye till the show's over. I wouldn't want to ruin any kid's dreams, you know.
Being a murderer and shit.
Being constipated and all.
Your lack of confidence makes me constipated.
This was you.
Oh, I got.
Whoa. It sounds like she got called out. That's... I wanted to visit, but I think... She can't because she can't buy them. I can't fucking read this. I wasn't prepared for that.
Yumiko Uchida.
Right? Who's that? You want to talk? Let's talk Pink Princess, all right? But you know, I snuck into the studio the other day,
Again.
and I saw her.
We just-
The one inside the Pink Princess suit. Ugh, what a dog! It was kind of a shock for a boy of my tender age.
Oh,
is
that's
the
sushi.
noob? Is the noob gonna be Noob Haxer?
Oh no, he's in jail.
Him?
Yeah.
Why? Oh fuck! Oh, you know that picture I took of everyone? Well, just behind them, there's a ghost. For real. Now that's talent. I'm gonna be famous.
She got a picture of a ghost. I wonder who that ghost will be.
Meow.
Shinji getting the robot.
We did it. We victored Edgeworth.
I was at the Edgeworth of my seat. What?
There's a fifth case.
Oh. Rise from the ashes. Brand new episode has been added.
Would you like to start it now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you like to start? This is such a stupid question. You're stupid.
Okay, I'm sorry. I wanted to know if you wanted to end the episode first or if you wanted to start right now.
No, I wanted to. Fine, we'll save it for next time.
Okay,
actually.
let's look at the picture in the last case though, because look at Von Karma right there. All right.
Hi, Polly.
All right, well, that was Turnabout Goodbyes. What did you think of that as a finale case?
That was
for the game?
that was a doozy, dude.
Yeah. That was
just layer after layer of bullshit just kept on happening.
there was a total of 3 verdicts.
Was there 3 verdicts?
Yeah, Edgeworth being declared guilty for killing Robert Hammond.
Then he was declared
Then he was
innocent.
and then innocent of killing Gregory Edgeworth.
Weren't they about to say he was guilty and then we stopped it?
That was the first one.
No, for Edgeworth. For Gregory.
Yeah, but he didn't actually give the verdict.
Oh, he didn't. Okay, he didn't get the chance. We didn't let him.
Oh, whoops! I selected a state by accident by doing nothing. All right. Well, if you like the video, you'll like it. You comment, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this one, and hit that bell if you want to see the next episode of Phoenix Wright as soon as it comes out. Also, check out the iCard for the other games that we're currently playing. We have a Twitter that you can follow. We have a Discord server you can join. And if you would like to help out the channel, you can donate in the link below. So make sure you do that if you can. Question of the day.
I always forget to think of a question.
I always try to think of one on the fly. I try to make it pertain to the episode. What food do you think Gumshoe treated everybody to?
Ooh, that's a good question.
My headcanon? Ramen.
I feel like I would have to agree because I feel like he would probably get sake at a place like that too, and he was saying that he went overboard, or maybe he just like ate himself full.
Yeah, that didn't have to mean drinking, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, well, put that shit in the comments below.
He was sober enough to run to the station.
That's true.
Yeah.
With no hangover.
Yeah.
I'm Bottles.
I'm Mori.
See you in Rise from the Ashes next time.
Continue.